The Rock Lobster project was a study that Deakin did in partnership with Parks Victoria, where we wanted to look at how the marine parks along Victoria are impacting rock lobster populations.
So the southern rock lobster is a really great, what we call an indicator species of reef health and of marine protected areas. So they really sit at this junction of, they're a fish species, and so they get a lot of protection in a marine protected area where fishing isn't allowed. They are really important in healthy ecosystems. They're an important predator, and they also have a tendency to like healthy, really intact reef habitat. So by understanding the abundances and the sizes of things like rock lobster, it really paints a really strong picture of whether the parks are working to protect a targeted species and whether those ecosystems are also healthy.
For this study, we really wanted to take into account differences in the habitat and the environment because it varies across the coastline. So to do that, we had to include other characteristics like the seafloor habitat and the temperature and wave energy to help understand not only are marine protected areas having an effect, but is that effect being explained by the marine protected areas, or is it differences in environment and habitat? We can confidently say that the MPAs are having an impact on these lobster populations because across the whole state we're seeing that abundances and sizes of lobsters are much greater inside the marine protected areas than outside.
Spillover effects, it's a phenomenon that we see quite commonly in marine protected areas. So within marine protected areas you get higher abundances of species, and also when they reproduce through either propagules or what we call the larval stage, and these are small planktonic life stages that can disperse for a long distance in many cases across the oceans. So for the southern rock lobster in particular, that has a larval stage that lives for 1 to 2 years. So in that time, if it catches the right currents, it can potentially disperse from, say, one side of the state to the other.
I think marine protected areas are a really important management tool, and it's one of the best management tools we have in the oceans to protect these areas from things like fishing and other human impacts so that we can have areas where populations can recover and biodiversity can thrive.